Etsy sellers, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another In Etsy platform video, which is all about how to choose good mockups. And this is something genuinely I get asked about a lot. It's so easy to buy or create the wrong mockups that don't make sense to your business and what you sell. I've put together 4 steps to dramatically help you in this situation and get you to choose better mockups for your business. So 4 points, and the first point that I want to make here, let's just type in mockups. Let's get the scene set, shall we? So this is common keyword, mockups. So we've got some mockups here and we're going to use these to start explaining how to choose good mockups. The first thing I need to mention, this is absolutely critical. When you use mockups for any product, the actual product for sale, right, must be in the mockup image. So don't make the mistake of uploading your product into ChatGPT or something similar and then getting ChatGPT to spit out the mockup with your product in it. That is technically not Etsy legal because AI is generative. It will take your original image and make what it thinks is best. And as is often the case, the product you end up with isn't yours. It won't look the same. It will be slightly different. The texture, the sizing, whatever, it will not be the same as the original product. So this is very, very important. You've got to make sure when you're using mockups that you put your product into the image. Very easy if you're doing print on demand and things like that, because the t-shirts and the apparel is often used in the mockup itself. So there's no problem, of course. But when it's something like a bag, for example, over here, this cosmetic bag, right? In that one there, that bag or the cup, it's got to be your product for sale. So it's not just a case of sort of slapping the image in there. You've got to make it look right. You've got to do some work on it. It's not always enough just to put the product in there. You'll need to do shadowing, blending, and so on with physical products. Things like artwork, it's a bit easier, but we're going to talk about what constitutes good and bad mockups. That was the first point. Your product must be the product for sale in the product, in the mockup image. Number 2, really, really massive tip, super basic, but I would say 70% of sellers that I work with and whose stores I look at get this wrong. Don't use mockups with sunlight and shadows. Sunlight and shadows looks awful. It's confusing. Yes, you're trying, I get why mockup creators do it, right? They're trying to make it look better, more realistic and so on. But what you're looking for is actually an even light mockup. Look at this one here. You don't want that banana there. You see the banana with the sunlight? You don't want that. You want as little sunlight and shadow as possible. Even light is best, because then you can actually see the product, and as a customer, you don't want to be confused with sunlight and shadows. So even light, things like this, are easier for a customer to understand what's going on. This one here, okay, it's got a bit of shadow, but not too harsh, not too much. So try and avoid sunlight and shadows, essential. Number 3, and this is now where we're getting into what constitutes a good mockup. So every time you choose a mockup, you're not just choosing something to put your design in. You are also choosing something to fit your brand, right? It's not just, well, I'm going to put it in a sort of a grey background like that, and that's good enough because it looks okay. No, it's got to be relevant to your brand. So if you're a sort of, I don't know, a beach themed brand, you would go for beach themed mockups and not just plain mockups that don't represent the beach aspect of what you do, right? If you're a funky brand, a hip trendy brand, then you're going to want to go, possibly if it's apparel, you definitely want young models. They need to be relevant to what you're selling. And many, many sellers will buy a mockup. Let's have a look. They'll buy a mockup like, let's just say, a bit of artwork, right? they'll buy that. It's just sunlight and shadows sat on the floor, zero branding, very little relevance to artwork itself. Most people don't put artwork on floors, right? Very poor. You've got to think about, if you're selling food art with food on it, well, it would stand to reason that maybe you would choose kitchen mock-ups, dining room mock-ups, right? Where the art would go. And that leads me on to point 4, really, really important off of the branding side. Next to branding is context relevance. So the mock-up you buy has to make sense for the artwork. If it's food art, put it in a kitchen or a dining room, right? If it's surfing, have it in a man cave room or a sports room or an outhouse or something like that, right? It's got to be relevant. So when the customer looks at the artwork, as an example, they say, yeah, I can see what that would look like in my room. So there's context relevance. It needs to make sense in the space you're putting the artwork or whatever the product is. If you're selling wedding items, the mock-ups need to have a wedding feel, right? They need to be relevant to what you're selling. And this is really important. Many, many sellers don't do this. They just don't have any context relevance using mock-ups like these model mock-ups here for POD t-shirts. It's been done a million times. It brings you nothing fresh, nothing new. You've got to be better. Mock-ups like this, it looks neat and tidy for stationery, but it's absolutely soulless. There's just nothing there for you in terms of branding and context relevance. It's literally a grey background with a shadow on it. That could be anything. I'm not knocking this listing, I'm just saying it could be anything. It doesn't add to your branding. So there's a lot to consider here, and you need to sort of spend time finding 3, 4, 5 good mock-up suppliers that will deliver what you want and give you the brand and the context that you want. You can do them yourself, but I'm talking to you, all the sellers that don't have time to sit and do this work yourself, and you need some help. So these 4 points: must show the product for sale, avoid sunlight and shadows, the mock-up is for branding and not just for listing, and make sure the mock-up is context relevant. 4 golden tips to help you make the right mock-up choice. I hope this helped. Let me know if you want more of these Etsy platform videos. I'm thinking about it. You let me know if you want more Etsy platform videos. If you do, tell me what you want me to teach you. What do you want to know inside the Etsy platform? Tell me. And as always, if you want to work with me, don't wait, don't guess. The book-in button for my academy is coming up now. This is a one-to-one private learning space to build and grow your store with myself and my team to build a better Etsy business. Free trial on for that. Link is in the description. Cheers.